My name's Tony Tucknott. I'm in the Northern Territory with my family in Alice Springs to experience what this awesome place has to offer. We've come to the Northern Territory to experience what Alice Springs has to offer as far as a mountain biking holiday goes in Alice Springs. My wife Jenny is a great mountain biker, and both of our children, Reese and Sarah, are under 23 mountain bikers and have both represented Australia at a world level. We're quite privileged to all have that same interest and to be able to bring that to the Northern Territory and see what it has to offer.
Yeah, just rocked up, built our bikes and got ready to go for a roll.
First ride we just headed out to some of the local trails that were really close to the resorts.
Climbed some really cool hills up on top of a ridge line to experience our first sunset, and it was a genuine wow moment. And from that point on, that set the scene for the rest of the week. We experienced almost every sunrise and every sunset that Alice Springs had to offer.
The trails over here, I wasn't expecting them to be as good as they are.
It's hard to imagine when people rave about trails, you kind of go, oh yeah, but when you come and ride them yourself, and then you go, wow, I can see what people are talking about.
To watch the sun go down, to see the change in colours of the rock and the scenery around us. I'm really excited about the whole week that was ahead of us.
So we rode out to Telegraph Station to experience the sunrise early next morning, and once again quickly realised that there was some beautiful trail to ride in an absolute historic part of the Northern Territory. To think that Telegraph Station had been built and there was literally nothing for 1,500 kilometres south of it and nothing for 1,500 kilometres north. 6 months to get a message from one spot to another, and we just take for granted now that we can just hop on our phones.
Pretty amazing trail out there, and then from those trails Sarah and I had a nice little race back to the cafe.
Looking forward to a coffee, rolled into the little coffee shop and were rewarded with a really enjoyable breakfast and a great cup of coffee. So the opportunity to combine our enjoyment of food and coffee with a fantastic ride was a really great morning.
It's actually much more pleasant than I thought, like sitting in the shade with the breeze.
Welcome guys, thanks for coming to Alice Springs. We're going on an outback cycling mountain bike adventure.
Our tours leave from our central store in the centre of Alice Springs in the mall. So you come in here, bring your bike, we'll fit you out with what you need, some trendy gear, or meet your guide, understand where you're going to go, get ready for an adventure. So we roll straight from the store then out onto the single trail. Then we rode some new kind of single trail over in the west side of Alice Springs. So we could see us rotating around Alice Springs on the trail, and we went into the West McDonald Ranges.
Then from there, Clark took us on a tour to where we were going to camp overnight at a place called Wallaby Gap. It was about 15 or 20 kilometre ride out there by some pretty cool single track.
You know, we were sort of coming down this final fire road down towards the camping site, and we hit this massive pile of bull dust on this fire road, and Jenny, being at the back of it, has binned it in the bull dust like big time. And we've looked back and we can't see it because it's just dust everywhere.
Yes, I had to get points for being the only person to crash, but it was all right.
We rocked up at Wallaby Gap and there was swags laid out, and Jen from Outback Cycling was there.
Like already with the campfire going, and like we were just like, wow, what is this? And it was like it was just all being laid on for us.
Welcome to your home for tonight, 1,000-star hotel.
We love to do overnight camping tours where we really take people out and immerse them in the outback. And we want to make people feel really at home in this kind of arid environment, and you can sit and feel relaxed and enjoy no one else is around.
Cheers. The big thing of that night, while the food was great, the company was great, it was so quiet. You couldn't even hear any wildlife, basically. It was incredible.
For me to be out in the bush and the clarity and camping, and you're not really roughing it, but it's not glamping, it's just a really nice camping experience.
Just really enjoyed the whole thing of just putting your bike down, hopping in a swag, stars in the sky, wake up the next morning and on our bikes and off we go again, and that was just really good. The next morning we rode out to Simpsons Gap, which we discovered that there's an awesome paved cycle path, shared walkway, and that took us all the way out to Simpsons Gap. What a spectacular spot, just standing in the centre of that big open gorge, and the water. And the part that's so incredible about it is the colours of the rock, the height, looking at the formation and how it looks like it's just layer upon layer. Just realising that the water level on that day was really low, but I think that's the beauty of the landscape, is seeing it at the moment when it's dry, but realising that at other times of the year, those riverbeds and things are full of water.
From Simpsons Gap, we then rolled into Bob Taylor's place.
Welcome everybody, I'm Bob of RT Tours Australia, and we're here out at Simpsons Gap in my own private little location where we're going to have a beautiful bush dinner. I'm a chef by trade, so my business is based on food. I love the country, and my background is of Arundel descent from Central Australia and Alice Springs here.
Like, we were just gobsmacked, just blown away by what greeted us there, not just with the food but with Bob himself. Bob just treated us like absolute gold, and the meal that he presented to us, it was not your normal bush tucker, it was genuine 5-star gourmet food, sitting out at a table in the middle of the bush with these magnificent hills, sunset, moon rising. It was just spectacular. This is worlds away from the mental picture I had. I thought we were going to be in a riverbed with a little fire going like we sort of were last night. But wow, this is wow. Like no other word for it, wow. Bob was just saying he minces the emu to make it more tender, rather than it so it's not so tough.
That's what, you see that really hot section in there?
I love Alice Springs.
felt like too good an opportunity not to go riding again. So we went out and did a bit of exploring and had heard about this new trail that's only been open for about 3 months called Black Slabbath.
G'day, I'm Brent and Shield from Finke River Adventures based at Hermannsburg in the Northern Territory. Today we've done our half-day Finke River Roam tour, travel in the bed of the Finke River. We're very fortunate to have permission from the local Aboriginal people to travel on our own tracks down the riverbed and stop at some quite unique places and see some areas that you ordinarily just can't see or access.
Licence and registration, please. Can-Ams are a great vehicle and they're perfectly suited to that tourism opportunity that Brenton has set up there with the Finke River Adventures. He is very passionate about the area and about the history surrounding the area, and he was really clear to point that out as we were going along. And so the drive out the riverbed is a lot more about the history, and then the drive back in is a lot more adventurous, where you take a lot of different trails that he's actually put together. And that was really, really cool fun. I think we're quite blessed, to be honest, just to happen to be here on this week, because the Parchma Light Festival has just started on the Friday here as well, runs for 10 days. They have a light show that projects Aboriginal art up against the whole Mount Gillen sidewall, the face of the mountain. There's so many great things to see that we actually made the point that you'd almost need 10 days to see it all if you wanted to see everything. Am I glowing? Do I have my glow going? Because Sarah doesn't think I do.
We're out here at Bond Springs Aerodrome with the Alice Springs Gliding Club, just north of Alice Springs. We're a special little club. We're at the centre of Australia and we're one of the oldest in the country. This is where we come to have a good time on the weekend.
We've had an awesome opportunity to go in a glider and experience everything that an aeroplane with no motor has to offer. How we got off the ground was the most amazing thing of all, being slingshotted into the air by a cable that is being driven by a 1954 Bedford truck with an old Chevy engine on the back of it.
I was a little unsure about the gliding activity, to be honest, because I'm not great at travelling, but I wanted to have a go. I didn't want to go out there and sit and not have a turn and come home feeling disappointed. It was much calmer than I thought, to be honest.
Probably the best way to describe it is like you're floating almost. I think it's a mental thing because you don't have the sound of an engine or anything.
I had a great time, and I think it's a really cool experience, especially if you like that feeling of just being free and floating and enjoying life.
It's definitely an activity that everyone should, if you have the chance to, should have a go at, even if you, like me, and you don't do too well in those situations. I think it was really wonderful to just do something that's not on the normal list of activities when you go away on a holiday. Probably how I'd sum up the week, it was that fantastic activities, every single thing that we did, and wonderful people that we got to know.
Our traditional family holidays is that we need to normally go home for a rest after our holidays because we try to cram so much in, and this week has been no different. So we've been riding almost every day, we've been doing some fantastic hikes, we've had some awesome experiences with the camping, with Uncle Bob, with the Fink River adventures in the Can-Ams, and with the gliding, with the Parchma Festival. Like, we can't believe it's almost over. We're back on the aeroplane tomorrow and we're going home, and it's like, bam, gone. Another great family holiday in the memory bank that's highly recommendable. We'd definitely be back.
Go and get something that your bike fits into and jump on a plane and make your way up here.